Hi, everyone. Hi. Welcome, welcome. More of you are hopping on. Please say hi. There is a chat feature, so let me know that you're here. Share with me your name, where you're watching from. I was just saying that I do this vision board process every single year. And finally, I got the idea to offer it as like a course or a webinar so I can teach you guys how I make mine. Hi, Ashley from New Mexico. Hi, Jillian. And it was really a hit. A lot of people were like, this is such an easy way to make a vision board because, you know, the old way of making a vision board is finding magazines and cutting stuff out or drawing stuff. I'm not a very good visual artist. I mean, I am, but it takes me a long time to get stuff the way I want it to look. And I'm like, this isn't working. I need digital art in my life. And so all of this was born from learning how to use digital art and digital tools for free on the internet and creating really beautiful boards. At the end of this presentation, there is an image of my board that I created last year that I need to redo this year. So again, we have several people registered for this, so I'm letting them hop on. Did you guys receive the email about choosing your 3 to 5 areas in your life? Drop me some yeses if y'all received that. We're going to go over this in the presentation, but I like to just kind of zoom in on a couple areas of our life because there's obviously so much that we want to work on and want to improve, but if we can hone in on a few and get very specific. Okay. Sexuality is your main. You know, that's one of mine also for the new year. So I'm working on creating, I already had that on my board and you can kind of see it in the picture I'm going to share about my marriage, my relationship. But I'm redoing that one this year as well. So this is going to be in the presentation. You'll have time to address that. But first of all, let me know how many of you guys have made a vision board in your life at some point in time, in any way, using any medium. How many of you guys have already made vision boards? Made several. Okay. Make one every year. Man, you guys are great. Super ritualistic. With magazines, okay. I have not. Yes, Ashley. Welcome to the chat feature. You're in the right place. Yeah, the old way takes a long time. I also do not enjoy it very much. Okay, so let me ask you this before we get started. Why did you guys make vision boards? What was the primary motivator for you guys to create a vision board for yourselves? Visual reminder of my goals. Okay. Something different about the visual, huh? Someone suggested that someone was on it. Something different about visualizing versus just writing stuff down. Yeah, like there's a difference when you can physically see something and stimulate your brain that way versus just writing something down. To bring intention, to identify my goals specifically, because visuals support my manifestation. These are so good. Okay. All right. So you're all in the right place. You're all in the right headspace. So here's what we're going to do. Let me make sure that this is on the correct feature and function before we get started. Okay. So I'm going to start us off with a little intention setting before we jump into this experience, okay? I'm going to share my screen. You're going to see it look weird for a second. All right. Can you guys see my screen? So I'm going to be going back and forth, checking on y'all, because I I'm gonna see if I can actually see the chat. Oh, I can. Oh, thank goodness. I was like, I can't see the chat. Okay. So y'all can see my screen. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. Welcome to the Vision Board Party for 2019. I am your host. If you have any questions after this presentation, this is my email. You can also find my Facebook page if you're not already a friend of mine on Facebook, or follow my business page right here. Okay? So this is all the information about me. So before we begin, we're going to do a meditation. Of course, didn't expect me to just skip the meditation, did you? So important. Okay, so before we can get really into the designing component, we want some clarity. Okay, so I emailed some of you didn't receive the email, about getting 3 to 5 distinct themes in your life that you want to work with your vision board, okay? Each of it is going to be a portion on your board. Now, I've chosen 3 to 5 because it's a small enough number that you can get some variety, but you're not all over the place trying to design a board, okay? So just take a few seconds to get into the energetic space of creating this board. I want you guys to just close your eyes right now, wherever you guys are, and just listen to the sound of my voice. Take a few deep breaths and just drop in. Drop in. Let go of today, let go of this week, let go of this year. Let go of all the upcoming things that you have pressing. Let go of any things that are still lingering in your thought cloud. Just drop them for now. You can pick all of that back up whenever you want. Right now, we're just letting it go. And take a few really nice, deep, slow breaths, really conscious breaths, dropping into the belly, coming into this now moment. Knowing that this next about 45-ish minutes that we're going to spend together are just for you. Nothing is needed of you except you being in this present moment. As you're letting go of 2018 and you're sitting here for this event for 2019, I want you to just leave a space in your mind open for 3 to 5 themes to come up that want to be addressed in 2019. 3 to 5 areas of your life that want your attention in 2019. Just let it come. Don't try and look for them. They'll drop in. And just remember them. These are the areas of your life that want your attention. Sometimes we have an idea of what we want to work on. It's not always exactly what needs our attention the most. I see this a lot in readings. When I give readings to you guys, sometimes you come to the reading with a question or a specific situation. It's not always the thing you guys need to work on. Sometimes there's something else that needs your attention more pressingly. So what are the 3 to 5 areas in your life that need your attention? Just remember them. Hold them in your mind. Each of these will take up a portion of your board. Breathe into those 3 to 5. Maybe you're a little bit surprised about what came up. Maybe it was exactly what you thought it was going to be. Take a few deep breaths into those 3 to 5 and welcome them. Yeah, let's work on you. Let's work on you for this new year. Let's do the thing. Right. Slowly coming back into this present moment, into this experience, to this webinar, bringing your 3 to 5 things with you. Now take a moment to go into the chat box and share how that experience was for you. Did you discover something that surprised you? Did you know exactly what you wanted to work on? How did that meditation go? Let me see here. Not surprised. You knew exactly what you wanted to work on. Atta girl. Yes. Affirming and expansive. Perfect. Mine was very clear. I knew what I needed to work on. Okay. But it came, and so I was like, okay. Yeah, just let it come. You know, our egos have this idea of what we need to work on, like really super clear. And it's not always the case. Our mind is like, we need to work on this. And then our soul's like, but this. And then we're like, oh, okay. Sounds like a lot of you guys are pretty in alignment, though, with what you want to work on, what you want out of your reality, which is really good. Okay. So why do we do vision boards at all? Why do we do vision boards? Well, vision boards are visual intention setting tools. That's what they are. They're brilliant because they help you solidify your intention, okay? It's the equivalent to writing down what you want, except you're using an art form that's visual to create a roadmap for the experience, okay? So all that a vision board is, it's like a track for where you're headed. And a lot of times, you know, a lot of people have the experience where they get to the end of their year and they're like, I don't know what I did this entire year. Like shit just went everywhere. I had no direction. I didn't know what was going on. I felt lost. Okay. So by creating something like this and seeing it every single day, we are programming the subconscious mind to bring to us things that correlate to this. Okay. So we want to create visual representation of what we want more of in our life. And here there is a very specific process for how we're going to create that. So let's identify our themes. So go ahead, if you haven't already written down the themes that came to you, please do so on a separate sheet of paper. Leave some lines underneath it. We're going to do a little bit of work with the themes before we actually create, okay? So for each one of your themes, I want you to write down, what do you want to feel in that area of your life? These are feeling words. Feeling words are words like expansive, loving, sexy, radiant, abundant, joyful, free, okay? So under each theme that came to you, what do you want to feel? Then this may or may not apply to every area, but what are the elements of importance for each area? Are there things that really stand out to you about that specific theme of your life? For example, one of your themes might be your marriage or your partnership. What is the specific element of importance in that? For relationship to my partner, for Sarah, it sounds like that would also be the same thing. Okay, so there are many components to a marriage. Which one is it that captures your attention? There's many components of parenting. There's many components of money. There's many components to career. Which particular thing feels like an element of importance? And then we're going to design an affirmation for each one. Okay. So that I'll teach you how to design the affirmation, but this is what we're going to do, okay? So here are the tools we're going to use. These are free tools. They are so cool. Remember them. Canva is this right here, and this is how we're going to create our collages for our board. PicMonkey is this right here. Photify is actually an app on your phone. Unsplash is a library of free, beautiful, high definition photos available to anyone. Okay, Canva is where I design most of everything that I do. So we are going to go to Canva. How to create and put it together. Okay. This is my board. Okay, so this is a standard size poster board. And you see that inside of the poster board, I made like mini collages for different parts of my life. This is what I'm going to teach you guys to do. When you put this together, it looks really beautiful and really cohesive, and it covers all areas of your life, okay? I did 6 areas just because 6 sheets of paper is exactly what fits on a vision board, but you can do however many. So here is the process. You're going to choose the areas of your life to design, which we already did. You're going to decide on the feeling for each area. Then we're going to choose images that feel like you want that area of your life to feel. Okay? Then we're going to decide on the primary thought that you'd like to have, which is where the affirmation comes in. We're going to create one collage for each area of your life, and we're going to print it and put it together on a board just like this. Okay. Let me explain to you a very basic principle of law of attraction. People think that law of attraction is just putting up these pictures and they're pretty and they make you have positive thoughts and then you get what you want. That's not how it works. The reason a vision board works, it's because when you look at it, you have a certain feeling, and we manifest from our feeling. We don't manifest from necessarily what we see or what we think. The only reason those things lead to manifestation is because of how we feel about what we see and what we think. Okay, very important. So when you're designing an affirmation or choosing a primary thought you'd like to have, make sure that primary thought gives you the feeling that you want to have. That's very important because the feeling is what's bringing to you what you desire. And when you're choosing your images, that you're choosing it from that feeling place as well. Okay. So, any questions so far on this process? Anybody struggling with clarity on how to come up with their themes or answering the question of how they want to feel or anything like that? Please let me know. Let me know. There's also a little bit of a delay on this chat thing, so if you're typing, I might not get it right away. Sorry, I have this cough drop in my mouth, but this cough is like horrific. I don't want to cough all up in your ears while I'm trying to do this. So it sounds like everybody's on board. Nobody has any questions. That's good. Everybody's good. Okay. So we're going to go to Canva. Canva is cool and it is free. And this is your new best friend for creating anything, okay? When you come to Canva, you create a design, and it's gonna open up all of these things for you, okay? Recommended for you because I use these a lot. Social media posts to design. Documents, we're actually going to be using this US letter document because that's the size we want for our poster board. Blogging and ebook. Social media and email headers. Events. Ads. I mean, the jam. You feel me? This is an amazing resource for you guys. I'm going to click on document because that's what we want to create. It's going to open a brand new window. Beautiful white sheet of paper for you guys. Yeah, it is rad. Okay, so this is the size of a sheet of paper exactly. So when you print it, it's going to look like so. Okay. Here to your left, you're going to be given a bunch of layouts, just a bunch of different random things that you can like click on, and it'll immediately show up right here. And maybe you like this for like an invitation or something, and you just change the words, right? But I'm not going to use this, so I have to delete everything. And this does require some playing around and, you know, some just fun exploration stuff. But you also, right here to the left, have something called Elements. This also has its own library of free photos. It has a library of grids for designing, frames for photos. If you want to put some frames on your photos, different shapes. You can create shapes on your stuff. Lines, illustrations, icons, charts, okay? You can add anything you want to here. Text, there's a huge like preset library of text. And you can also click on this. And then once you're here, you can adjust the text. There's so many options. So cool, so much fun. So for your affirmations, this is what you're going to be using. For backgrounds, you also have like basic colors, or you can do patterns. These are all super fun. And then right here it uploads. This is where you're going to upload photos. You're going to upload photos that you're then going to drag drop in here to create your collage. Cool? Everybody picking up what I'm putting down when it comes to how Canva works. It's very, very simple. I'm going to go back to here, and I'm going to go to Unsplash, which is the other place I recommended. Beautiful free images and pictures. Okay. So last year, I did a board for, I don't know why you didn't know about Canva. A lot of people don't. And there's other places you can go to design stuff, but I'm a design nerd and an art nerd, and I also don't have the time to learn Photoshop. So Canva's like gold for me, basically. So last year I did a board for my marriage as well. My affirmation was about creating a sexy marriage and maintaining a sexy marriage. So you can type anything you want in here. You can do sexy couples. And of course, this is, people categorize this. So like, you never know what's going to show up in here. Okay. So you might be like, these are not sexy couple pictures at all. You know, just look for what you need. You can also Google images. You're not using the images for like professional reasons. So if you find an image you like online, you can print it for private use. We have a lot of really beautiful images, right? Like I love this one. This one feels really fun and really like having a good time. Okay, so some people are saying that they didn't get a notification about the vision board, even though they registered. So I'm gonna just kind of move through this and then I'll check in with people. Did you guys all receive an email? Let me just make sure that actually happened. Yes, I'm using the document template. There's a document template that is available. Okay, so you got an email from Zoom when you registered, correct? I'm assuming that's what happened. A lot of people didn't register, which is why I was stressing the registration. So I'm just gonna text someone the registration email really quick. And hopefully they can hop on. Okay. So when you're looking for pictures, I want you guys to focus on the feeling of the picture, okay? Don't get caught up on like, what does it look like? This doesn't look like me. This doesn't look like my husband. This doesn't blah, blah, blah. I want you guys to just look at pictures and feel the picture. Like, how does this picture feel to you when you look at that? How does that picture feel to you when you look at that? You're really going for feeling. You're not going for necessarily a specific visual component. Like, I really love that one. That one's nice. Okay. I love that one. I love that one. Are you guys getting that? Like, you really want to go for a visual feeling. I'm just going to use this one as an example. You're going to click on the picture. It's going to say download free. You can give them credit if you're using it publicly. You don't have to. They upload this knowing that it could be used for free. And so then I'm coming back here, and yeah, so Ashley asked me if I'm using the document template. It's under letters, is document. I'm going to upload this image. It's saved to my computer. I'm going to click on it and upload it. It's going to show up right here in my library. And then I'm just going to drag and drop it. Just like that. And you can adjust the size of it. So let's say you want to put a couple pictures on here. Again, this is exactly sized to a sheet of paper. So it's giving you the exact specs of the paper. Okay. Then you can come back to Unsplash and say, okay, I want to find another picture. This one's really beautiful too. This one was the one I said I liked. Download that. I'm going to go back here. I'm going to upload that picture. It's still downloading. You guys getting how simple this is and how much fun this is? Are you guys like, are your minds blown yet? By how simple this is. It's like the best designing tool ever. So good. You can get so creative. This is also great for your brain when you're stressed out. You can just come here and design fun stuff. It's great. All right, so this is literally all you're going to do is just like put pictures together. Okay, add any pictures that you want to add, as many as you want to put in there. Add this one as well. Okay, I'm gonna go back here. Upload this image. Going to open it. Click on it. It's going to show up right there. And just adjust it to size. I like to do kind of like off-center things too. Oh, hi, Kari. Yes, this is such a great idea. It's a great tool for vision boarding. It's just so good. So you can kind of do, I like to do things like this where there's like a little bit of edginess. It's not like really neat. That's just kind of my style when it comes to like collage building. So you kind of get the general gist. You can do whatever you want. And then you come here to text and you can add your affirmation. So I think I remember mine from before. My marriage is sexy, connected, and fun. Okay, so that was one of my affirmations. Again, you can adjust this. You can change the color of your font. You can change the size of your font. You can make it smaller. You can click on it and move it over here. Make it look a little different. You can add another affirmation here. Anything you want. Anything you want. Okay. This is any questions about the designing component? Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like magazines, it just didn't do it for me. I had to, first of all, buy so many magazines, which is like, they're like $15 a pop now. And then you're like, I have all these areas of my life that I want magazines in. And how am I going to know where to find the exact images that I want? you know, like I want a new house, which the house was actually on my vision board 2 years ago, and then we bought a house, so then I had to redo that one, and everything I've put on my vision board has actually happened. And so yeah, finding the exact images is hard, but this is like just makes it so much easier. So when you're done and you're like, okay, this is what I want it to look like, come up here, click here, and you're going to title it. So I would title it like Marriage Vision Board 2019. So I know, okay, it's from my vision board, but it's specifically about my marriage, this one, okay? And then you come here, you want to make sure you save it. And then you're going to download it, okay? Going to download it, and it's automatically going to recommend PDF because the PDF is that, you know, document. That's what it's going to recommend. Someone has a question. I like this. You ever use? Yes, I do use my own images as well. You can upload those. You just want to make sure your own images are high definition, like very high quality photographs, so that it comes through when you print it. It looks as crisp as these pictures look. That'd be the only thing about using your own images. Also, click this thing here that says crop, marks, and bleed, because when your images print, you want to make sure that everything stays in the boundary. That's why you notice I kept like a little border on my paper. I don't ever take the photo right to the edge because oftentimes it'll just mess up the image. And then I'm going to click download. Then it's going to show up that it's downloaded, and then I'm going to show you what that looks like. I'm going to go into my folder. Okay, you're going to click on the PDF, and it's going to open up, and it's going to look exactly like what it's going to look like when you print it. Boom. That's what it's going to look like when you, isn't it? It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. It's crisp, it's clear, high definition, feels awesome. Okay, that's what it's going to look like when you print it. And that's literally how I make everything. So, okay, so here are some things about Canva components. Some of the things you have to pay for. So some of the, you see how these things say free? These are the templates that are free. Some of them are actually paid for. So as you scroll down, like this one isn't free. So if I click on it, it's going to have the watermark until I pay the designer for the design. Same thing goes for images. There's a whole segment of free photos, but some of these you see it says $1. Some of them you have to pay for. So that's why I always resort to just using a blank sheet of paper and finding my images online in another place that doesn't have something like that. Any other questions? Please ask away. So basically my process is I repeat this collage thing for all the areas of my life that I want, and then I literally put it together on a board like this. So each of these is a normal size sheet of paper collage. Here's the house that I wanted to create. And this is about my family, like us as a family unit. My marriage, this is about my self-care practices. This was about my business, and this was about traveling. And so this wall actually right here was the apartment that we were living in before we bought this house. So all of these things have actually changed quite dramatically. I've traveled a lot more. My business has pretty much exploded. Our family dynamic is really fun and has gotten in a really good place. When I did this board, I was actually in a really depressive place with my own anxiety and depression, and that changed a lot after I made this board. Actually, it landed us where we are now, so that's pretty amazing to realize that's where it came from. So again, this is the process of how to create and put it together. And these are the names of the tools that I use. My favorite are Canva and Unsplash. Okay, and I always use the US letter to design for that. So then what's really easy is you go somewhere where you can print it, or you print it yourself. You print out all of your collages and you tape them to this board. And then you put the board where you are going to see it. That is super, super, super important. Before I change the screen, does anybody have any design questions about Canva and how I made these collages? Does it make sense to you? Hopefully the answer is yes. Awesome. Yeah, so good. I've never heard of this. Yeah, a lot of people haven't. That's why I did this webinar. That's why I do it every year, because it's so important. How do I get to the blank page? Okay, yes. So I'm gonna go back to like home screen. This is my library of all I've designed. It will be saved for you. If you go to create a design, when you click on create a design, it's gonna have all these like segments, so much easier than Photoshop. I do not have the time or the patience to learn that, Kobe. Yes, no. Social media posts. So if you want to design something for your social media, these are all automatically sized. Okay, documents, any kind, a resume, there's already a bunch of templates. What I use to design this is this, the US letter document. It's just a blank letter page that's the correct size of a sheet of paper. But you guys can use this to create so much stuff. You can create CD covers, book covers, like menu, flyer, logo. It's insane. Business cards even, gift certificates. It's just so many really easy design tools, and you already get so many templates. I'll give you an example. If you were going to create social media posts, that's pretty, we all kind of do that because we're all on social media. So it's going to give you the correct size for a social media post. And then here you have all these templates. Okay. So you just could click on, like, again, this one's a paid template. See, it has a little like money thing. So the watermark for Canva will show up on it when you go to actually use it. But the ones that say free will just be free. Okay, there's a whole bunch of templates. My pictures keep taking up the entire page. Yes, so you want to shrink them. You want to be able to shrink them in other areas. Yeah, it is really therapeutic, Kobe. Actually, I use this just for my brain because I really enjoy designing. And so it's such a great tool to just design and just like not even think about stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna show you like the sizing component. First of all, I'm gonna delete this because I don't want to keep that here. When you put in a picture, okay, it might do that. It might take up the whole page. So like I'll put in this one, you see how big that is? It's the picture is always going to show up with these dots, and this is what you're going to use to resize and move it. Okay, that you're always going to be able to resize a picture. If you just click on it, you can fix that. Does that help you? Ashley, let me know. Yes, Kari, so relaxing to design. I love art. This is such a great way for me to use that inclination. Oh, you're on your phone. Yeah, it's harder on your, there is an application. There's actually an app, a Canva app. But what I would recommend is to design on a tablet or a computer and then save it on your phone. So I'm going to see if I can, actually show you guys what the Canva library looks like on a phone. Okay, so I'm gonna stop sharing my screen real quick, and I'm just going to show you guys. Okay, hi, I'm back. Okay, so there is the Canva app, and it looks like that, like the little C from Canva. And when you open it up, it's gonna ask you, what do you want to design today? Up there, up top. It's going to give you all these templates. On the bottom, it's going to have a little square that says your design, your designs. And then your entire library of things you'll design will show up. Okay. So let me see. What can I pull up? So right here is the collage I just made online for my marriage, the one I was using as an example. And it's like right there. Boom. So you can actually save it to your phone and then also use that collage as like the background to your phone or something like that if you want to do that. But I don't recommend designing on your phone because the control's not the same. Even designing on a tablet is hard. Laptops tend to have more success when it comes to designing, but you can try. All the same. So that is how I recommend creating a vision board. I think vision boards are insanely powerful tools for directing energy and directing intention. And I think that the more visually appealing and stunning we can make them, the more we gravitate towards them. Now, the other component about vision boards is I don't want you to make this and then hide it in a closet where you're never going to see this ever again, or make it and put it in a room that you like never walk into. Okay. My vision board is right by my bedside. I see it every night when I go to sleep and every morning when I wake up. And there's a very specific reason why I did that. So here's a little bit about the brain and how the brain works, okay? So about 20 minutes before you actually fall asleep, your conscious mind is sort of going to bed and your subconscious mind is waking up. And the subconscious mind is extremely impressionable. Where you want to put these energies and these feelings is into the subconscious mind. Because your subconscious mind is actually directing the show. This is why a lot of times people like do all this personal development and they read all these books and they do all these things and then they can't change their lives. And it's because they're trying to change the program with the program, meaning you're trying to change your experience of reality through the experience of reality, which is your conscious mind. It doesn't work that way. You have to change the programming, which is in the subconscious mind. So when you keep the board someplace that as you're falling asleep, the conscious mind is switching out, the subconscious mind is switching on, you begin to impress those feelings and those sentiments on your brain in the subconscious place, which is where you want to impress them. Okay. Then in the morning when you're waking up, the opposite is happening. The subconscious mind is slipping away. The conscious mind is popping in that like 20-minute window. This is also why I tell a lot of my clients, like, you want to meditate in the morning when you first wake up, or at night as you're falling asleep. I always fall asleep and I never finish a meditation. So I always do it in the morning when I wake up. And also things like working out first thing in the morning, it just puts you in the correct mind frame for the rest of your day. It has a massive impact on your productivity. This is like scientifically proven. And the reason is because it's impressing on the subconscious mind and creating change at the core of the program. Okay, so don't just put your board someplace you're never going to see it. Put your board someplace you are going to see it and you're going to engage with it on a regular basis. Okay, you can put it on your phone as a backdrop, wallpaper, whatever. But so important that you see it all the time. All right, any final questions that you guys have on this or on vision boards in general? Happy to answer them. Thank you guys so much for hanging and designing. Please also feel free. So in the event, in the vision board event, you can go ahead and share images. So if you'd like to share images of the boards that you've done, please share them in there so that we can celebrate your board and maybe swap ideas on how to create certain boards. I love to see people getting really creative. If you don't want to share your board publicly, you can always message me your board so I can check it out. Yes, I have recorded this webinar. So anybody who actually registered, like, make sure that you actually registered for the webinar. You're going to be getting a playback video of this, okay? So you're so welcome, Jillian. So welcome. I hope you guys had a blast. I hope you guys have an amazing time creating your 2019 vision. As always, super happy to serve you guys. You guys know that I am a fitness coach. I'm also a spiritual mentor. I do a lot of coaching. So if you guys feel like you need more one-on-one support, more time, please let me know and we will plug you into whatever it is that you need specifically for your life. You're welcome, guys, to get your 2019 going where it needs to go. I know sometimes that doing it on your own feels really daunting, and having someone that can help you, guide you, and sort of structure your path is really helpful. So I'm here for you guys. I love you guys. You're so welcome. Yes, really effective when done with the right intention, for sure. It's okay. Sleeping babies are the best. You guys are so welcome. Have a blast designing. I love you guys. Watch for the email with the replay and all positive informations. All right. Have a good night, guys.